Check 1, 2. Tell these
Take
rappers
the
I'm
gun.
outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom bap to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to precinct.
When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Yeah. Live and direct on your YouTube screens, another episode of Knicks and Ish. Y'all already know the vibe, right? I am the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Frass Sass, here in the building. Of course, we got the one and only host of Knicks and Ish himself, my good brother T-Time in the building. Where them fireworks at? You already know what it is. Shout out and pull up. Shout out my guy Kev Rodriguez and sis and Mrs. Knicks. Shout out both my other panel members. As always, you know what it is. Press like for your favorite panel. Share as always, Karen. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe and make sure your bell set to all so you get all notifications when we go live.
Big facts.
Man, T-Time, this was a nail biter, man. This was a tough one to deal with. I mean, but
you know the vibe.
there was a lot of good things to take away from this too, though. You know what I mean? So,
for sure.
119-117, Boston beats the Knicks in overtime. This was a close game throughout. Give me some thoughts, T-Time, please.
First and foremost, I want to say that it absolutely sucked getting swept by Boston in the season. Yeah, I mean that absolutely sucks. I really wanted to win this game. I kid you not. If my head's down, my bad. I'm sharing right now, like y'all all should be doing. You feel me?
Facts.
But yeah, I really wanted to win this game. So it sucks to lose. Heartbreaking in the fashion that we lost. I'm going to start off with the bad, right? I'm going to start off with the bad. I don't see how the game plan, when you game planning for Boston, could be we're going to have cat and drop coverage and pick and roll. I don't understand how that's the coverage, right? It doesn't make any sense. This is why Porzingis went for 31, 32 tonight. You know what I mean? Like drop coverage against this
34.
team is the most idiotic thing you could do when playing the Boston Celtics. The few times that, we did get up, pause, when we did, here comes Sis, I think. Yeah, there goes Sis. Yeah, do you see the background, or is it black?
It's just black. It's just black. I don't see no background.
That's crazy. I just peeped that. But yeah, I don't see how that could have been the coverage tonight. That literally just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we looking right. That don't make no sense to me. They got too many shooters. Yeah, I mean, and they're going to make you pay when you go on the drop coverage. Another bad was in the fourth quarter. There was a stretch where Jason Tatum scored like 6 points in a row. Just came down, did the same move 3 times in a row for buckets. And this is why it was bad, right? Because that was the design. That pick and roll between White and Jason Tatum was to do exactly what it did. They knew that Mikal and OG was going to switch without giving a fight. Mm-hmm. It was just an automatic switch. And Jason Tatum knew that he had the strength advantage over Mikal to get to exactly where he wanted to go. He didn't do any moves. He just literally walked Mikal to the spot and shot. And they were tough shots. Let's not act like this wasn't well defended shots. Like Mikal played good defense on them shots. It's just that he's strong enough to defend Mikal off long enough that he can hit the shot. So that was a bad. My final bad before I get to the good was Jalen Brunson and OT playing hero ball. He came down the court, shot like three pointers back to back, and to me that was the game. Like he shot three pointers back to back. They weren't wide open. They were contested. There were side steps. You're trying to shoot over Porzingis when you got the clear speed advantage over the guy. Like you could have broke down, you could have drove past him, made the defense collapse, kick it out to one of your teammates. But it's hard to be crucial of Jalen Brunson in that moment when he's done it so many times, right? Like we've seen the positive happen in that moment so many times. So it's kind of hard for me to really be super crucial of him. But I can point out the fact that was unnecessary. My fault. This is really the last bad. Third quarter, we stopped going to Cat after he dropped 22 in the first half. That was nasty work. There's no reason why. Like, there's no reason why we don't go to Cat the same way that we was going to him in the first half because they continued to guard him the same way. It was a play in the third quarter where Pritchard was on him. I'm like, yo, if y'all don't get Cat in a post, we got Peyton Pritchard on Cat. Well, what are we doing? Right? And it ended up being some corny play where we didn't even get any points. Boom. Now, I'm being super long-winded, but I'm going to get through the good as quick as possible. Cat coming out in the first half, and when they had these little people on him, just straight going to work, that's the Cat I need to see. When you got the mismatch, take advantage. When they want to put Jalen Brown, they want to put Jason Tatum, they want to put White. Yeah, give them buckets. And it's almost impossible to keep up with the Boston Celtics 3-point pace, right? But when you're getting quality 2-point shots and you're shooting at a high 50% rate from 2-point range, well, you probably like 60% because usually your field goal percentage go down because the 3-point is missed. But yeah, if you're shooting like 50, high 56% from 2-point range, and you're doing that over the course of the game, that's going to keep you in the game. And that's what Cat did today. He took advantage, got easy 2-point buckets, got some of the guys in foul trouble. That's what I need to see. That's the Cat that needs to show up every night. I think that's it for me for the good. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That's it. I mean, it's great that we hung in the game, but we didn't get the dub. You know what I mean? I wish we'd have got OG and Mikal involved in the offense earlier. But Cat was on fire, so you feed the hot hand. I just thought of another bad, but I'm gonna land the plane there so Sis could talk because I could probably go on for days.
Frustrated. This was absolutely a winnable game. Absolutely. I missed the first half because I told you couldn't find the game nowhere. I paid for FUBU and it's when it's nationally televised and MSG doesn't televise it, I can't get it.
Yeah.
So it was a struggle. But from what I did see, like you said, Cat took over. I heard it in the first half, but then from when I started watching, he wasn't very involved, and that was just dumb. Because they had Tatum on him for such a long time, like he was using Tatum. So why not continue until they're able to stop him? You know what I mean? The same way they used Jason Tatum or Mikal on him until OG got stuck to him like glue. Then it slowed him down a little. So you're supposed to continue on until they're able to stop you. And if they don't stop you, you continue. Just poor turnovers at the end. Like, that was terrible Mikal. Terrible. Taking your eye off the basketball was terrible. And like you said, JB taking those 3-pointers, it was tough because they weren't in the rhythm of the game. But he makes that usually. So it's like, can't really be mad, although, disappointed that we didn't win. And Josh, I need him to be a little more aggressive, especially with like teams like Boston, where their focus is everyone else. I've seen plenty of times where he had the ball and he could have kind of went to the basket and he chose not to. Going into the playoffs, like, we need him to be super aggressive. If you have the lane, go for it. At worst, they're going to foul you. You know what I mean? You get to the basket, you're going to make a layup. We already know that. But at worst, they're going to foul you, and then you make free throws. Missing free throws today also killed us. We missed 6 free throws. That's not a good look. That's the difference in the game.
Yeah.
But, not to get blown out in the ways that we have this season by good teams, to me, is a good sign. It shows that we're right there. I think, I'm going to just say, healthier JB before injury, we would have won this game because he would have been in the flow. Mm-hmm. He's still getting into rhythm and all that, and this is why you want him back way before the playoffs, to get the rust off. Those threes go in if he's healthy and didn't miss games.
He shot 12 3-pointers tonight. That's nasty.
Yeah.
That's nasty. 5 for 12. That's nasty. I don't think nobody should shoot that many 3-pointers unless you Steph Curry. Yeah. Bryce, talk to me, please.
Yeah, shout out everybody who here. Y'all already know what it is first. So, OG fell off a little bit this game, man. I was expecting a little more out of you, my guy, especially having a hot hand these last 10 games. I get it. Brunson's on the floor. It kind of takes away from you a little bit, but you still had opportunities to put up that 20 this game, my guy. You had plenty of looks. You had plenty of baskets. And just, some of the shots just didn't fall for you tonight. We get it. We understand, 8 rebounds is huge because I'd be expecting you to rebound like this every game, not just 1 or 2 games. You really got to, be part of the supporting cast with the rebounding every game. One thing I did love to see tonight was when Cat and Mitch was on the floor, they was playing well together. They meshed well together. Mitch was definitely the rebound hog today. I ain't gonna hold you. He was definitely active on the boards, giving Porzingis fits. It wasn't nothing easy down there today. This game showed that when the Knicks are healthy, right, and we at full strength, we really can play with anybody. This game, they had opportunities to literally go up double digits, and the Knicks were resilient enough to say, you know what, we're not gonna let this game get out of hand this time, right? Mikal, you was playing good up until that fourth quarter. I don't know what happened. The fourth quarter, it was just too many turnovers. They got too unsure of themselves. Even JB threw the ball away a couple of times in the fourth quarter and overtime. Cat had the worst turnover in the world. Down 2 with the ball, less than 30 seconds left, you coughed the ball up. That killed the whole game right there. That was the game, basically. So, the critical turnovers, you gotta protect the ball in the most crucial times of the game. You know what I mean? Like that, there's no excuse for those turnovers near the end of the game where we had a chance to win. We shot ourselves in the foot this game, literally. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Brunson I'm glad to see you back looking like your old self. I know you're not 100%, but to give us 27 and 10 and not even be 100% tonight. And you was doing your thing, man. Like once he's 100%, I'm sure you'll see more of his shiftiness because you didn't see it too much this game tonight. I didn't see the normal Brunson shiftiness like I'm used to seeing with all the different moves. You know what I mean? When he stops a dribble, he's always switching his pivot and he's giving you different up fakes and all that. You didn't see too much of that today, you know.
I
So
think
it is a test.
I think what we saw tonight was Brunson trying to figure out how to be effective and still let other people cook. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what Cat was doing in the first half, like
Okay.
it wasn't a need for anybody else to go off, but I still wish they would have been aggressive because I felt like their aggressiveness uh, was altered, and I think that has a lot to do with the fact that the Boston rolled out Cornette and Porzingis, and it's kind of like scared guys up from going up to the basket, and that
Mm-hmm.
can't scare you. You got to force the ref to make some calls, man.
Yeah.
Uh, but all the schemes that they were throwing out in the first half, we had a counter for them. They was doing the match zone thing, and the counter for that was putting OG at the high post, letting him catch the ball and either attack the rim or attack the rim or either take it all away or pass it out to an open shooter. That was good. All those the different schemes they tried to throw against Cat with, having the word on Cat is if you pull a smaller guy on him and pause, let him get into him, pause. That's freaky. Um, he usually struggles with that. Tonight, not so much. He went straight to the post. If they're going to continue trying to guard you with a little person, you need to go to the post and go get buckets, Cat. And that goes for the postseason too. Make them change their defensive strategy. Make them
Yeah.
have to guard you with a prototypical center, because that's where you even more effective. Because the big guys are scared to come out and guard you at the 3-point line, so you get open 3-point shots. They put a smaller person on you, then you go and they're killing me in the comments. I said pause, y'all. I said pause. Uh,
The pause police is out.
yeah, yeah, but
No
you got
diddy.
you gotta be aggressive when you have the mismatch. Like again, I go back to the third quarter. They was going between Peyton Pritchard and Tatum on guarding Cat in the third quarter, and I'm like, yo, what are we doing? The offensive
Wait,
set
did
was
did they
good.
have JB guarding him too? Because he was cooking JB in that quarter as well. He cooked JB a number of times in the post
What
in
are you
that
talking
third
about?
quarter. Cat. Cat had Cat. They had.
Jalen Brown didn't play in the second half.
He didn't.
But
I thought he did.
he didn't play in the second half for sure.
He only
Nah.
played
Oh, then
22
I'm.
minutes.
Yeah, I think that was if he did, he probably only played for a few minutes.
He
The
definitely
third
didn't
ball,
play the fourth quarter.
yeah, if he did play in the third, it's probably only a few minutes. I kid you not.
What up,
Uh,
Marlon?
uh
What up, Marzone?
yeah, it was good. But regardless of the fact, there was a small person on Cat, and Cat was killing him in a post. There's no reason we should have waited away from that. Um, because again, they can shoot all the threes they want. They're not gonna make all of them. You know what I mean? Even though they made a hefty amount tonight, they shot what 38, 39% from 3-point range. And most of that is because we was in drop coverage against Porzingis. And I'm just sitting there like, Cat, get out the Porzingis, bro. I don't care if he beats you off the dribble. Get out on Porzingis. Like, so
Yeah,
boom.
what you Yeah, JB played the third. What I mean? He started the third quarter.
Oh, he probably didn't play long because,
He played most of that third.
oh, he did?
Cause I remember, yeah, he got taken out at the 2:46 mark. He played most of the third.
Are you right?
Cause Cat posted him a number of times. Now, because I was watching it on TNT OT, and
Yeah,
Cat was posting him up. Cat was attacking
yeah.
him. Cat was getting buckets on him for a minute.
Yeah, but
Word.
regardless of the fact, we went away from what was working.
Yep.
Another thing too, there's no way in the world. If it's any time that JB should have took a 3-pointer, it was at the end of regulation. I know we
Yeah.
didn't. I know that Josh Hart fadeaway 3-pointer could not have been the shot we was looking for. There's multiple things that you could have did. That the play design was horrible because once the ball was inbound, you could have definitely set a down screen for Cat sprinting out to the 3-point line. Top of the key, that's his shot. I accept that. You should have found a better way to get JB open. But the inbound the ball, give it back to Macau, who stands there and freeze for a second, then pass it back to Josh for a fadeaway 3. That can't be it. That can't be it. That can't be it, dog. Yeah, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie. Once we was going into overtime, I said, "Yeah, we probably gonna lose this game, y'all. We probably gonna lose this game." And for sure, that's what happened. It sucks we didn't swept by these guys. I still feel like we could beat them. And that's the crazy part. I still feel like we can beat them. You know what I mean? Just got Porzingis is the X factor for these guys. He's the X factor. Close out on the 3-point shot. We have the defenders that defend well enough that I think we could knock Jalen Brown off his game for real. If we got OG on Tatum, he's going to have a tough night. Can't give up those easy switches to get Jason Tatum against Macau. I like Macau against Brown better because I feel like Brown is not as good of a jump shooter. So him having to shoot over Macau is going to be way more difficult, right? But yeah, I think we could beat these guys. And I would like to see us counteract their twin tower look with our twin tower look of our own.
Asking for it all year.
Yep.
Tip should have been
I
running
was
that a little
surprised
bit
that
more.
that didn't happen in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Or especially like, because we talk about Cat's defense all the time, and bro, I wanted to break my television when he switched with JB and left JB on Porzingis in overtime.
Yeah, that was again.
Couple of
I'm
times.
so fucking frustrated.
Couple of times that happened.
Poor coverage. Poor coverage for sure. Yeah, I mean, because there's no way that JB could do, and the guy's hot.
Even if he's right on him, he ain't going. It ain't going to be nothing. It's doing nothing.
Yeah, and he was hot. And he was hot. And it was hot because Cat refuses to close out on the 3-point shot. Like, yo, bro, listen. If Porzingis get past you, fine. That is way better than him shooting an open 3. Especially when he was cooking already. Jimmy J1 was good, my guy.
What up, cuz?
Yeah, especially when he was hot already. Like, you run him off the 3-point line, make him have to score off the dribble, or make him a playmaker off the dribble. I accept that more than you just standing there and doing this weak ass lunge towards him. You know what I mean? You're already cooked. You're already cooked. Yo, it was a stretch where like Porzingis got 3 wide open threes in a row.
That was, I think that was the overtime or the fourth quarter.
No, it wasn't overtime.
I think it was the fourth
quarter.
It
was the third
was
quarter.
the fourth quarter.
Nah, now I'm talking about in the first half. But when he started getting hot, like I think it was like the second quarter or something like that. And
it was the second quarter. We hit
like,
them 2 threes in the second, and then Tatum had the free throws, and then he hit another 3, and then he started. Yeah, it was the second quarter.
Bro, I'm like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing? I said, yo, listen. Porzingis can't kill us. He can't. He can't, bro. And that's exactly what we did. And from the same spot. It's like how you not know how to guard yourself, Cat? Because he plays exactly like you. He wants to go to the top of the key to shoot. And from the same spot you like to shoot. And then he gonna try to drive to the cup. It's annoying to watch. It's annoying to watch, but at the same time, it gives me hope. It gives me hope because I feel like we could definitely beat them in the postseason for sure. Nobody got nothing. Okay, I talk some more. I guess you know what I mean. Uh,
I mean, Porzingis shooting 8 for 13 from three. That game was crazy, bro. When
nasty,
you
bro.
61% for the individual, not even the team, the individual. That's wow.
Nasty,
And
bro.
there was one other thing I wanted to touch on too. Actually, especially in the fourth quarter overtime, Mikal was doing pretty good on Jason Tatum. It's just that what they don't understand is you gotta keep him free throw line extended, right? Because his mid range is like fucking A1 on Jason Tatum, right? If you can't keep Jason Tatum free throw line extended, he's just gonna chew you up, bro. You know what I mean? You have a better chance of him shooting farther outside than him being in the mid range. Like,
So I'm looking at the box score, right? Uh, Jason Tatum, he was 11 for 22, 50% from the field. But it was for 11 from 3-point range. I could live with that. Derek White, 4 for 12 from 3-point range. I could live with that. And Porzingis won this game. He won this game. Like I don't feel like anybody else had much of an impact.
But it goes back to the coaching, right? Like all season, Cat has gotten cooked by centers that play like him, and we don't try something different. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like we have Mitch there, try it.
Yeah. That block on Jason Tatum 3-point shot from Mitch was tough. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, and I don't know who to blame in the drop coverage stuff. I want to say it is a schematic thing because I feel like every center we have play drop coverage. Uh, but at some point, you know it's the scheme and you know what's happening on the court, and you just like, yo, F that. I'm not playing drop coverage because this guy's killing us. I'm stepping up on the screens. I'm making Porzingis put the ball on the court. That did not have. I just Cat's defensive. Like I don't think his mind can compute defense. Like I don't think he understands what his body should be doing on defense. Because it was one point where they were on the it was on the left side of the court. Porzingis was at the top of the key. Somebody was on the wing for Boston. Somebody was on a wing, and somebody was in a corner. So they had Porzingis at the top of the key. I can't remember who was at the wing, and somebody was at the corner. The guy at the corner was being guarded. The guy on the wing was being guarded. For some strange reason, Cat was in that area where Porzingis open. Like there were no picks being set. Cat just wandered over there, and I'm looking like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? But yeah, Listen. Shout out to Cat for his offensive explosion today. Pause. But defensively, geez, Louise, man, it be rough to watch. It be rough to watch for sure. You know what I
Yes,
mean? But
it was just even him fouling Tatum on that 3-point shot. Like, bro, you're mad tall. Just raise your hand. Like,
yeah,
what are we doing? That was game right there. To be honest, that was game.
you didn't even have to lean in your arm or nothing. You didn't have to. If he make the shot, you tip your hat like,
Right.
good shit, buddy. Like what you. But and that's another thing too. I want to see change because at some point you got to double a hot player, man. Tips don't like double teaming. He don't like it. But a well-timed double team is super effective, especially when you got Jason Tatum standing there, you know, in post position, taking 4, 5, 6 dribbles to get into his spot to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Send somebody. Make him have to pass the rock, man. But that's not what Tibbs like to do. But shout out to OG for the fourth quarter defense he was playing on Jason Tatum too, because that was tough.
I was waiting to get
That
there.
that's what helped us get back into the game. Where Jason Tatum was on the verge of cooking us for real.
This
And
is
not
more
for
of a
lack of
Porzingis
defense,
story.
because Macau was on him most of those shots.
Yeah,
He was
but
just
like I
hit. He
said,
just hit. He hit the
He just was
contested
hitting
ones.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
like I said,
That's it.
Macau, unlike OG, is not physically strong enough to stop Tatum from getting to his spot. Yeah, I mean, it was good defense on the shot, but Macau is not strong. Like Tatum just literally moved him into where he wanted him to be moved, got the ball, and took the shot that he wanted. It was a tough shot, but you know, uh, yeah, I know y'all all seen the interview with Shump, and he talking about how Melo took a shot over two people, and he was mad at. He's like, I work on that. You know what I mean? I saw y'all work. That's what I feel about Jason Tatum taking those shots on Macau. Good defense. I think he worked on that shot. The work need to be done to keep him out of getting to his spot to take the shot. You know what I mean? And that's what I think OG did different from Macau was he did his work early. Was good. He did his work.
Talking about the Celtics beating y'all.
You don't come in here with hating and holleration. My sister is a hater, first of all.
That ass is bad.
Yeah, you's a hater. You's a hater. I'm not talking to nobody who don't have a team. Like, we can't have this conversation.
Oh, so you
Yeah,
just trolling now? Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah,
you
for
just
sure.
trolling
You
now.
don't even have a team.
Good,
You don't root for no
word, just
team.
trolling.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Players. Y'all ain't got nobody I
Yeah,
like on y'all team.
that's fine. Stay over there, hater.
Yep,
Yeah,
on that side, on that side.
yo, look. I'm glad you said that, Big Fan Breezy.
Whatever.
A net fan talking about shout out sis like you on his side.
I'm not even on your side. You ain't even got no.
You
Yeah,
cooked you,
mind your
cooked
business.
you, Breezy, cooked you,
Yeah, mind
Breezy.
your
Get
business.
out
Your
of
bum
here.
ass team. Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
oh wait, it's
Yeah,
it's because you ain't got nothing to talk about next. That's why you over here. You still singing Kumbaya at the campfire,
It's because
bro.
he a Knicks
Nasty
fan.
work.
That's why he's here.
Nasty.
yeah,
You
for sure.
know, bandwagon breezy, living up to his
Sure,
name. You know, that's a
sure.
fact.
He here because all they talk about is lottery envelopes on his page.
And Kumbaya by the campfire. That's that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, but
singing Kumbaya by the campfire, right, Breezy?
yeah, that was the difference. That was the difference with that is that OG is strong enough to keep Tatum from getting to his spots. You know what I mean? And once they stop that automatic switch bullshit, like that's when the defense picked up in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
the automatic switch on that Derek White and Jason Tatum pick and roll.
I ain't gonna lie, Josh was playing good D on that in the fourth quarter. Like he was preventing a lot of them easy buckets because the way Tatum was looking for the switch, a lot of time Josh Hart picked up, and when Josh Hart picked up, he gave him a tough time scoring. Even though he did score a couple buckets on Josh Hart, he didn't score more than he scored on Josh Hart. Like if you understand what I'm saying, like Josh Hart held him in check.
He said they celebrating trading Macau. They celebrate trading Macau to be a lotto team. Fuck out of
Right.
here.
Your
For
picks
many
ain't even gonna
years,
manifest. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Josh
but
Shore could use him right now. I'm just saying.
yo, how you over here trolling because we lost to the champs? How that make sense?
Right.
Nasty work.
How that makes sense? We lost to the world champions. Like, yo, y'all out here losing to bottom ranked amateurs. He trying to troll because we lost to the champs. Get out of here. But yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. But again, again. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Is there somebody in my comment section that talking about we lost every game this season, but said that regular season wins don't matter? I remember when we used to do the podcast.
Oh! You know I'm going to say something about that. Go ahead. I'm gonna wait till you finish,
Yeah, and
because
the
you know
same
I'm gonna
person that
cook
said
them.
regular season wins don't matter. It's like y'all lost every
Mm-hmm.
game this season.
Regular season
Man,
games don't matter, right, Breezy?
when
Remember
they
that?
team when they teams stink, man, they be changing tunes, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Right to
Yeah,
Kumbaya.
yeah, but yeah, enough of him.
Just enjoy watching us in the playoffs
Yeah, for
That's a
sure,
because you
fact.
ain't got no team playing.
for sure.
We know you
You
still
gotta,
got the Nick hat in your son's room, my guy. Go get the Nick hat out of your son's room and root us on in the playoffs. You dig? We know it's
tell,
there.
tell my boy Jason I said what's up, and tell him to hand Dad his trusty dusty Nick hat for sure, so you can root for the Knicks in the playoffs. Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, annoying. Overtime, lose by 3. Yeah, I mean, first the fifth game all year. Uh, the first game or the fifth game all year that all our rotational players have been playing together. But we'll see what happens in the playoffs. I got something else I want to talk about too. If we're done talking about the game, unless y'all have something else y'all want to
Go
talk about.
ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
All right, so obviously I was stuck watching the bum ass TNT coverage of the game. Fucking hate watching the
This
Knicks.
nigga Shaq. This nigga Shaq, man. Go ahead, bro.
But yo, you know what's crazy? How people tunes change to fit their narratives. Because I've watched Shaq on TNT for many years talk about teams who have no playoff experience. Oh, they don't have no playoff. They don't have enough playoff experience. They don't have enough playoff experience. They don't have enough playoff experience. That was one of his benchmark phrases that he used for years. But
Mm-hmm.
now all of a sudden, when it comes time for him to get back on the hate on the Knicks bandwagon, the Pistons is going to beat the Knicks. They got 2 players on that team with playoff experience: Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley. Well, Tim Hardaway Jr., but he goes
Yeah.
missing in the playoffs every year, right? So that's the extent of their playoff experience. These guys haven't proved nothing ever. But yet, when Shaq fixed his mouth to talk about the Knicks, oh, we not getting past the Pistons. Then we washed them up this year. They got one win on us, don't they?
They got one win.
They got one. They got one win on us.
And that was the back to back at the Garden too. By the way,
Yeah.
let's be real. That was a back to back. Like, come on, man.
So I bookmarked the tweet that I saw with that being said, because we're going to for sure have to revisit that. We're going to for sure have to revisit that. This is Cade Cunningham's first playoff series that he's going to have to go through. His first. You know what I mean? And as nice as Cade is, I give Cade all the credit in the world. That boy can ball, right? But he don't know how different it is.
How physical the game is.
Yeah, you got to experience that. You know what I mean? And we have a team full of playoff veterans. When you talk about Cat, you talk about OG, you talk about Macau, you talk about Josh, you talk about Brunson, you got Campaign coming off the bench, Shamit. All these guys, Precious Achua, playoffs. All these with a Beverly
playoffs.
Yeah, with a Beverly of playoff experience on this team. He said, no, the Pistons beat us twice. So it still doesn't change my point, AP. It sounds like you a Net fan tonight. I don't know what's happening with you. Good.
I mean, I always defer back to we swept Cleveland the year they beat us.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure true that. I feel like we did the same thing to Atlanta when they beat us.
Yeah.
Man, for sure true that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, of course you want to handle business in a regular season. But just because you get swept in the regular season, that don't mean you're going to lose to that team automatically in the playoff. Right. Especially when 3 out of the 4 times your team was incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what, Steven? I would say and that makes sense. You feel me? That makes sense for you to be worried about the Celtics. 1, they're the champion. 2, we had a tough time with them this year. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that makes sense. But you are right. There shouldn't be nobody else to be worried about, Cleveland included.
Right.
Cleveland included for sure. But we're going to be all right, Knicks fans. I'm trying to tell y'all. We're going to be all right. Can't wait to the postseason so we can start seeing some playoff action, so we can start shutting people up.
Facts.
I'm just waiting to see who the first round matchup is going to be. I'm curious.
It's really looking like it's going to be the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
Because
they're up by 2 games. Milwaukee's up by 2 games.
Damn, the Pistons lost tonight? Or did they play? Because they was up.
I don't think they played.
It was 1.5 when I checked earlier.
Nah, they didn't play. Milwaukee won tonight. That's why they got the half game.
Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pistons are off.
Yeah. And so it's looking like, what is 3 games left?
3 games left.
1, 2, 3.
3 games left. 79. We're at 79.
Yeah. Speaking of the Pistons, we play them next. You know, we play the Pistons, then we play the Cavs, then Big Fair Breezy. Sunday, April 13th. I hope you around.
For the sweep.
Don't go missing. Pull back
into this chat.
Pull up like you pulled up tonight, Breezy. Yeah. Keep that same energy come the 13th. You heard? Because it's gonna get ugly at Barclays.
For sure. Wash fest. Laundry mat.
The Knicks gonna have you singing Kumbaya by the campfire once again, my guy. Get it ready.
And I want my $5.
Facts.
When we
Well, yeah, you bet me too, Breezy. Yeah, put your money where your mouth is, boy.
Yeah.
Ain't you tired of losing your money to me at tea time, man? Ain't you tired of
I
that?
don't think so. I don't think so.
Ain't you
But
tired of
yeah,
losing your bread to me at tea time? I don't know how y'all net fans do it, man. Y'all stay losing bets, y'all net fans, man, for real.
yeah. But you know, the last thing I'm gonna say about
Oh
Shaq.
yeah, that's right. Steven is right. Cause they play each other the last 2 games of the season.
Yeah,
Oh, facts.
yeah. So guess
Facts.
what, guys? The Knicks still can get Milwaukee in the first round.
Facts.
Either
Listen.
way, we win in the first round. I don't give a damn who
Either
we play.
way, exactly.
Yeah,
But listen. I'd like to play a 5 game series going into a matchup with Boston. Wouldn't you?
yeah, listen. If we play the Bucks, I think it's gonna be a sweep.
Probably. I'm not even going to say it
Honestly,
won't. It probably will be because
I
they don't
think
got Lillard.
it's 4 and done for the Bucks if we play them in the.
Well, Lillard's out with blood clots, so yeah, I think it is 4 and done for
They
them.
said they're optimistic that he can make it back for the postseason.
That would be stupid for a doc. That would be stupid for a doctor to clear him.
Nah, I don't see him coming back. Honestly, because of his condition, I don't see him coming back.
Yeah, but
Blood clots is at least a 6-month treatment of shots.
yeah, but yeah, man. So yeah, you know, if we play Pistons, Bucks, don't
Doesn't matter.
I Pistons, Bucks don't matter. You know what I mean? Well, how Shannon Sharp do it? Greek
Wait,
freak.
let me try.
Yeah.
Let me try one. Let me try one. This might be a little funny. Bobby Portis, Knicks when you know this. Knicks and
Word. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it don't matter.
Don't forget, y'all. Press like for your favorite panel, please. Sharing is always
Yeah.
living
That's a
over
fact.
here.
It don't
You know what?
matter. Pistons, Bucks, Knicks is going to the second round for sure. You know what I mean?
Facts. I'm ready for a second round matchup with Boston.
Yeah. Some get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some get
we
back.
need to get back. Word.
Yeah. And you know what's even more crazy about watching this game? I'm watching all the little tinkering Joe Mazzulla's trying to do throughout the game, and I'm like, this shit don't even really matter. Like,
It didn't.
the mistakes that the reason why we lost was mistakes that we made, not shit that they did, right?
Exactly.
Missing free throws, that's nasty work. You know what I mean? Shouldn't have even went to overtime if we make our free throws, right?
Yeah.
Uh, stupid turnovers. It was back to back too. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't because of defense, it was just lack of focus in those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So I'm going into the second round against the Boston Celtics. I am confident. You know what I mean? I am confident. But before we get even there, we got other business.
So,
We still gotta finish out the season. We still gotta lock
so,
in, make sure we lock in the third seed. Uh, and that starts on Thursday. You know what I mean? That continues on Thursday against what possibly could be our first round matchup against the Detroit Pistons. Uh, I don't know if Cade's playing. I know the last Boston.
probably.
I mean, the last Pistons game I checked in on was probably like maybe last week sometime. He was in street clothes. Uh,
He played yesterday's game, I believe, and
right.
he had
All
like
right.
30. He had like 30 plus in that game. He was
All
cooking.
right. That's cute. Yeah, that's cute. But
Yeah, they only have right now Tobias Harris out and Jaden Ivey.
okay. Yeah. Jaden Ivey is out for the season, ain't he?
Yeah, he is
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, that's tough. But yeah, man, this is a game that I know we could win. We probably are going to win. We in Detroit for that game. We not at the crib. But we are a really good. We are a really good road team anyway. If we play it like we played tonight, uh, they don't really like the guard. They do the same thing. They don't really like the guard Cat with a prototypical center. Cat just got to set up shop and go to work. Pause. He has amazing touch around the rim. Pause. Uh, and use that jump hook. You feel me? That jump hook was like use that, Cat. It don't have to always be a three or a drive from the 3-point line. Yeah, I mean, I think I said this several times on this show that if Cat ever got in the post and got comfortable operating out the post, he would be on Jokic type level for real. Yeah, I mean, because he has similar touch and he can pass. I won't say he as good a passer as Jokic, but he could pass the rock. And we need to work on cutting while he's in the post. You know what I mean? Like that needs to happen a little bit more too. Uh, but against the Pistons, again, if we play like we played tonight, that's an easy dub.
I agree. I mean, I don't think we have any reason to hang our head low. I think we chin up and keep it pushing. I mean, it is what it is. Haters gonna hate. Even if we would have beat them, they would have found a reason to take away from our shine. So who gives a fuck? Chins up and keep it pushing.
Next game.
So I'm gonna answer this real quick, Fred, before you go. My fault. We saw that what happened to Philly when they tried that.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
torched them.
And Josh is also smart enough to know, like, okay, I missed 2 in a row. Now you're still going to leave me open. I'm going to the cup now. So, yeah, I mean, and if he's smart enough, he'll start diving to the basket instead of just standing in at the 3-point line, waiting for Cat to pass him the ball. But I get what you're saying. You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just saying that we've seen what happened when Philly did Josh Hart to beat them, and that's exactly what he did.
All right.
And
So
I think that's not. I think that's not. I mean, yes, they're gonna dare Josh to beat them, but someone's gonna try and help defend after a while, and that's gonna leave someone like Macau OG open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Steven, I see your comment about Giannis in the comments, right? He ain't coming here, bro. They're not gonna trade for him if we go to 6 games against the Knicks. I don't see that happening.
Me. Like they annoy the fuck out of me with stuff like this.
My good bro,
like we about to be in the playoffs. We done won 50 games, and all y'all think about is a fucking trade. Like, how about we trade you? Let's just trade you.
Well, what don't y'all understand about the cap situation? I'm still perplexed as to trying to figure out how y'all don't understand the cap situation.
Because these are the same fans that were okay with the Melo trade.
Yeah.
They were okay with giving away everybody to get a superstar. So you're going to get a superstar and then can't afford to re-sign JB again.
Exactly. So what are you going to do when time comes to trade for him, and now you're giving away a package deal of 4 guys and picks just to go after somebody like Giannis? I'm good.
These are the same. Some people get a hold of the trade machine and then they lose their mind. But like Mrs. Nick said, we're on verge going to the playoffs. Back-to-back 50-win season. First time in 30 years.
Since 91.
And I'm hearing about trades. And I'm hearing about, coach firings and all this other, bull. AP. I think we getting swept in the second round, bro. I'm about to block you.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. I think. I think you have to bring some kind of consistency with the roster if you want to eventually reach the ultimate goal, right? You can't have high roster turnaround every year and expect to win a championship. That don't work. It don't work that way. And Steven, to your point, even if we were to entertain the idea of trading for Giannis, do you know what it would cost? do you know what it would cost?
Can you say pass the luxury tax apron, Steve? Stay
Yeah.
with me.
Maybe not necessarily because Cat make a healthy salary. Cat will have to go.
Sure.
You definitely gonna probably take OG or Mikal. Then one of them going to. And Milwaukee's probably gonna want some picks because it is Giannis.
Well. Let's think about this for a second. Giannis is on a 5-year, $228 million deal. Okay? That's a little shaky
It
as
doesn't
far
make
as.
sense to you in your mind for you to even type it, bro. Like, why would you do that?
Whoa.
Why would
Are
you?
you fucking crazy?
I wouldn't even do that. Not at all. No way. No way. No way, Steve. No way, bro.
Cat mentioned dude, so OG. So just fuck
And
our
you-
defense. Just fuck our defense.
like then look, and this is coming from somebody who cried for a stretch big. Cried. Yo, Steven was on every fucking live telling me why we should get Randall because we needed a stretch big. But now you want to go to a guy who can't. You want to trade for a guy who can't shoot.
And then again, mess with the core of the team because Giannis is not like Cat nor like Randall. So it's like start all over again. Like it doesn't make sense because we have to build some chemistry. And again, this is year one of this team. Mm-hmm. You're gonna put JB with a selfish ass player because I don't care what nobody tells me. Giannis is selfish.
Mm-hmm. Demands the ball a lot. Period. Pause.
No, he hogs the ball a lot. He hogs the ball a lot. And me personally, I don't like crying ass players for fouls. And that's all he do all damn game. I will be hella annoyed. I may not even watch Knicks basketball. Because I'm not going to be able to handle that shit. That shit is annoying. Y'all grown ass men, you huge, pause, and you crying for fouls all game.
Now, a woman on the show pausing is hilarious.
Crazy.
But at the same time, you also don't want to bring in a player that's going to stunt JB's growth. And I feel like a ball hog like him is going to stunt JB's growth.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, here's the problem with your trade. If you know the players' salaries like I do, you can do a 1-for-1 swap with Cat for Giannis if you know their salaries, my friend. Because let's look at it. Giannis makes about $48 million a year, and Cat makes about $49 million a year.
It'll be
guess
like
what?
Cat and a pick.
That trade would be green if you put it in the trade machine. I guarantee you. Yeah. Cat for Giannis goes green in the trade machine.
I'm good on that.
And you saying Leon Rose makes moves, but no, his moves are always silent moves. They're quiet is always who we don't necessarily expect. No one really expected Cat. I don't care what anyone says, because Cat to the Knicks was the narrative for years and years and years. So when it came down to it, it's like, okay, here we go again with Cat, and then it happened. No one saw OG, no one saw Josh, no one saw none of that happening. So Leon's moves are very quiet.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm not really entertaining no trades, man. And until I see this team come back next year and not achieve, then we could talk.
Right.
But after one season,
And not even a season, because they haven't even been healthy together playing.
Yeah. Yo, Yeah, for sure. Does any? No, I don't want Mike Malone. Why would I want Mike Malone when we got
Oh,
Tibbs?
Moses Malone.
Tibbs is still on his team. He's still my coach. Yeah, yo, listen. Now, I get it. It was a shocker Mike Malone was fired. He was there for 10 years. He brought them a championship. But
Welcome to today's NBA, people.
Right.
it's kind of being a drop off happening in Denver. Yeah, I mean, so though it's a surprise, I get it a little bit. It might be time for something to change over there if they want to keep competing. Yeah, I mean, it might be a little bit complacency going on as far as like the coaching staff or whatever the case may be in the organization. So I get it, right? But here's the difference. Mike Malone got 10 years because he built something, right? That's why he was there for that long in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the same thing is happening in New York. The team went from 17 wins
17 wins.
the previous season. Tibbs get there. Ain't nothing else really happened with the team. Leon Rose and Tibbs pull up. That's the only thing that happened with that roster to begin the season. And he takes the 17. We got Obi and Quick. Yeah. That Tibbs, Leon, OG and Quick pull up. We go from winning 17 games to 42. 43. 43 games. First season, off the rip, off the muscle. Off the muscle. You know what I mean? Then next year, we try some experimental shit that I'm pretty sure Tibbs wasn't a fan of. And we missed the playoffs. To get rid of experimental shit, bring in some shit that Tibbs could rock with, and we're back in the playoffs. Right? Then the following year, no, not only do we go to the playoffs, we win a series. Look at that. First time in like 10 years we won a playoff series.
Yep.
Then the following year, you go, not only do you make the playoffs, you win 50 wins. First time in a decade. Then you win another playoff series. The first time the Knicks has won a playoff series in back-to-back years in 25 years.
Okay.
And that's the guy. And we're going to the playoffs again after another 50-win season, first time in 30 years. And that's the guy y'all want to fire. They make it. When I was screaming for fire Tibbs, we didn't make the playoffs that season. For sure. That was after the season we didn't make the playoffs. I was like, oh, pack him up. He wild. But nah, y'all got to make it make sense to me, man. Why y'all so enthralled with fire the coach when he's been giving y'all results? He's been giving y'all results. Y'all want the problem with we've been losing so long. Y'all become impatient.
Yep.
They want a quick fix. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all don't want to get it out the mud. Y'all want to buy it. And that's a rarity, especially in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Even when the Heat tried to buy it, they lost their first year.
Yep.
Cleveland.
You hear me?
With the big three.
You try to buy it. We doing it the right way. We doing it the right way, and let's see what happened this postseason. Because y'all gonna lose your mind. Oh, we lost it. Frank was good. Yeah, y'all gonna lose your mind. Oh, if we lose to Boston, oh, we lost to Boston. Bro, we lost to the champs. If we lose, it's still an if. If we lose, we lost to the champs of the previous year. Like, relax.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We gonna be all right. Give us another year. And watch the team, regardless of what happens in the postseason. If this team come back next year whole, watch the kind of start they get off to and the kind of pace they're gonna be on winning the
Yep.
following year.
All I gotta
But
say, don't let me see Mikal Bridges resign. That's all I gotta say.
he's going to resign.
He's gonna
Yes,
resign.
They do not.
Of course,
make
you know.
that-
Of course, y'all know I know this, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like hypothetically, like
The Knicks do not trade all those assets if they didn't know Macau was already in the bag.
word. Well, that's part of the reason why we signed everybody else and cleared the way for Mikal Bridges to get off to sign in the off season. You know, because
For
everybody
sure.
else is locked up for the next 3-4.
For sure. Y'all got anything else?
Nah, just to let everybody know. If y'all don't know already, I know T-Time announced it. Do remember the Cash Bodega shirts are still up if they're not bought out yet. I don't know.
Nah, we got some left.
Okay, so there's still some Cash Bodega t-shirts left on the Knicks and Ish Shopify. The link you see going across the bottom of your screen is the link to the Shopify. Y'all want to check out that Cash Bodega drop? You want to buy one? Click on that link and go and copy you a Cash Bodega limited edition t-shirt drop from Knicks and Ish.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, and the next, depending on how this go, be perfectly honest, there's some other heat in the wing waiting too. Like, but I don't know if I'm gonna drop it if these bodega tees don't sell out. You know what I mean? It might be just for the squid art, and then y'all gonna be mad.
Yo, they really listen. I'm gonna just say it like this: y'all really gonna be mad. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying nothing else on it.
It might be for the squid art. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's some cat bodega tees left. Go cop those. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Again, there's other fly stuff on the site. Oh shit, I gotta order my cup today too for sure. You know what I mean? You know it's real when it's your shop and you still gotta buy your stuff through their shop.
Real nigga shit, man.
Yeah. But yeah, go to the Knicks and Ish Shopify. We got some heat up there. There's gonna be more heat up there.
Right here.
You know what I mean?
Right here, yo.
It's going across the bottom of your screen. Screenshot it, save it for later, whatever the case may be. Go get you some merch. But like I say every night, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button. Shan is always caring. Shout out to everybody who pulled up. Make sure you subscribe, press the notification bell, and set it to all. And I see Fraz waiting, so Fraz,
hit the outro.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back the melody rap. If they gon' put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like Logic's ethnicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it.